同学们好.
老师好。
Hello, everybody. It is class 6. It is December the 7th. We are going to start the second chunk of the third section. So you're all very familiar with the third section. I break it up into 4 chunks. Last week we finished the first chunk, so we'll practice the first chunk a couple of times, and we'll review Fair Lady and the transition from Fair Lady to Grassbird's Tail. And then the new movement this week will be Snake Creeps Down, also known as low stance. But let us begin with a little bit of standing practice, just so that we get that in. So start shoulder width apart. We'll start with pole stance, parallel stance. Feet shoulder width apart or a little wider. Round the arms, sink down. We'll just do 3 minutes here. 3 minutes for most people is where your body starts teaching you. Things start adjusting, and you go, oh, like that. So if you can gradually lengthen it when you practice on your own, that's great. So let us begin by doing our posture checks. So the head, empty, light, energetic, pushing up. Next, shoulders sinking, elbows dropping. Next, the chest slightly absorbed, back rounded. Feel your elbows pulling out from your spine, fingertips pulling out from the elbows. And then relax the waist, which is opening and extending the lower back by dropping your hips straight down. And make sure that your weight is even on your feet, front and back, as well as left to right. Now, shorthand for that is weight over the bubbling well, so between the ball and the heel. And then crotch rounded to make sure that we don't have more weight on the inside or the outside of our feet. So what we're trying to do here is adjust our posture so that we can breathe easily. Abdominal breathing, so check your breathing. Tongue against the roof of the mouth and just breathing in and out gently and naturally through the nose. See if you can sense your abdomen expanding as you breathe in and contracting as you breathe out. So relax. We say relax the waist is one of the principles we practice here, but actually everything should relax. Relax in the Chinese sense of Feng Song, which is open and extended, everything connected. Actually, one of Yang Chengfu's essential principles is use intent, not force. And that's explained as use relaxation. So when you do this practice, you're not forcing anything. You're just mindfully using your mind to open all the joints and tendons so that your energy can flow smoothly. And we do this not only in standing practice, of course, but also in our moving practice. So that's 3 minutes. So let's just stop there. And I'm going to change, and we'll do our single leg practice. So what I'd like you to do is to, imagining you're mirroring me, so this would be your right foot to the corner, left foot center line 2 sides. Open your chest so that your chest is open at least to corner and you're looking straight ahead. Straighten your back leg to bring that front foot in. This is going to not be a balance practice. This is a posture practice. So if you need to, keep your front foot there, or if you want, just bring it in, rest the toe, or you can lift it up slightly. We're not going to go into the full one-legged stance. We'll do that next week. But here, just let's just check our posture. So head up, light, energetic. Everything else is sinking down. Shoulders down, elbows down. Absorb the chest, round the back, and relax the waist. One of the things I want you to see if you can feel is your chest is open to the corner, but your nose is pointed straight to the front. So the nose is in the same direction as your up knee. And let's change. Sink down, open your groin, put down your left foot, put out the front foot to stabilize yourself, open your chest to the corner or a bit more, straighten the back leg, go as far as you're comfortable today. So let's say you're just touching with the toe of the front leg. Posture checks, head up, shoulders sinking, elbows dropping. Absorb the chest and round the back. And the hardest, actually it's always the hardest for me, is relax the waist. You're trying to find your posture where your leg is straight but not locked, but you're able to relax your lower back at the same time. Let's do the other side again. So sink down, open, shift your weight across, front foot out, get your chest in the right position, straighten the back leg. If you're comfortable, bring in the back foot, lift it up if you're comfortable, touch with the toe if and when you need to make sure that you're not worried about balance here. You're worried about posture. So feel the head is pushing up and everything else from the neck on down is sinking. This practice will help strengthen your legs, obviously. Also help you with the kicks and the turns in the second section, which is where we need this kind of balance. You know, you do your kick and then you try and stand and you fall over. We all fall over. This is where we can practice that. So let's change the last side, sink down, open the other leg. Front leg out, interline two sides, straighten the standing leg. Chest to the corner or a bit further. Nose pointing straight ahead, head up. And here, see what your breathing is like. I would imagine if it's like me, your breathing is a lot tighter than it is when we were just doing the pole stance, because your body isn't used to this posture. And what we're aiming towards is to have our breathing be as easy and natural, flowing, our abdomen opening and closing as we breathe in and out when we're on one leg, as when we're standing in pole stance or when you're just lying in bed. So let's stop here. Come back to your original position. And that's our fundamental practice for today. Next week, we'll be doing the one-legged stance, or the first one-leg stance in the third section, which is Golden Rooster, stands on one leg. Marion.
I have a question, JP, about balance with the standing exercise.
Mm-hmm.
When we move into our kicks, like the separation kick, I usually think about making sure my leg that I'm shifting into is really strong before I stand up on it. But when we're standing and we're not necessarily doing anything, we're just practicing, you know, I feel a lot of shifting. It's not always very stable. Do you, in that practice, do you consciously think about getting your weight over the center of your foot like we do in our bow steps? Yeah. Because when you're just standing on one leg balancing, you know, your weight could be coming backward or forward, and you know that causes some imbalance. What do you look for?
Yeah, the same principle, the principles of footwork, yeah, apply everywhere. Okay. And so in this one, as in others, we're weight over the bubbling well, so forward, back, and then also left, right. What makes it difficult is because you're not used to standing, your balance may not be good. Right. And so you have to work on finding the right lean of this pole so that you have equal weight on the ball and the heel.
I think I tend to shift my weight toward the back when I'm doing this exercise, not necessarily when I'm doing my kicks, but it's good information. So
yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Let's practice together. This will be the direction we started in, the front, or as Nancy calls it, 12 o'clock, or as Master Young calls it, south. So, beginning of the third section, cross hands. Embrace tiger. Return to the mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Transition to diagonal single whip. Diagonal single whip. Wild horse parts its mane. 1. 2. 3. Grassbird's tail. Ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Transition to single whip. Single whip. Fair Lady Works Shuttles. 1. 2. 3. 4. Grassbird's tail. Ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip transition. Single whip. And stop. Okay, Steve has joined us. Hello, Steve, and Tessie as well. Hello, Tessie. Okay, so are there any questions? Let's practice that again. And I'm going to turn around. So now I'm going to be starting in the front, being in that direction. So 12 o'clock or south. So we're in cross hands, beginning of the third section. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain. Shift your weight to the right, turn the left toe almost to straight. Shift weight back onto the left. As the arms swing, step out into a bow stance with the right foot almost to the corner. Brush and push. Roll back as your weight shifts back. Lift the right arm, rotate the left arm, and then complete your shift, pushing out with the right, pull with the left. 2, roll back. Press. Close the arms as the chest turn to the direction of the front foot and push out. Push, shift your weight back, palms in front of the ribs, and then push up and out in the direction of the front foot. Diagonal single whip. Sit back, flatten the palms, pull with the hands, the right foot goes to the front. Finish pushing back, make your hook to the side, and step out to the corner with the left foot, diagonal single whip. Parting wild horse's mane, sit your weight back, turn the left toe almost to straight, but not quite. Sit back, arms close as you step out with the right foot more than straight, less than corner, with body turning, sweep up the right arm, left palm by the hips. 2, shift weight back, put the right foot down again. Close the arms as you step out more than straight, less than corner, with the left foot, sweep up, with body turning, looking over your left fingertips. 3, shift weight back, lift the left toe, put them down again, opening a little bit, close the arms, look over your left elbow, then with body turning, sweep the right arm up and out, looking over your fingertips. Grass bird's tail, sit back, wait, with the arms staying the same, turn your right toe to the corner now. Arms close as the left foot comes in and steps back out into a bow. Ward off left, left arm lifts straight to the side, right palm by the right hip. Ward off right, shift to the right, left toe turns into the corner. Grab and pull with the left, arms close, right foot steps in and out, heel touch, pushing up with the right, left fist width away. Roll back with both arms rotating as you turn your chest to the right corner, then sit your weight back and turn your chest to the left corner. Press, closing both arms, left palm to right forearm center, push up and out. Press, flatten the palms, square the chest to the side direction. Pull back, palms horizontal, they come down in front of your chest, then push up and out as you shift your weight forward. Single whip, sit back, wait. Pivot on the right heel as you pull with the left, right foot, pivot 135 degrees, push down with both palms facing each other as they come through. Make a hook to the corner as you step out for single whip. Fair Lady Works Shuttles. Number 1, shift back weight, left arm gathers big round circle as the left toe turns 145 degrees, both arms to the sides. Sit back weight, change footwork, right foot to the side, shuttle the left arm under the right, both arms open as you step out with the left foot into a bow stance, and strike out left palm over the head. 2, press down with both palms across the diagonal from your center line. Pivot the left heel, left foot goes to the back, arms horizontally rotate, horizontally shuttle as you step to a bow with the right foot to the right, and strike your left foot pivots on the heel to the side. 3, pressing down, the right toe lifts, change your right foot to the side, open the arms and then shuttle left under right as you put the left foot by the right, step out with the left foot into a bow, strike. 4, press down with both arms. Pull with the left as the left foot goes 135 degrees. Step back behind you out to a bow. Arms open as the foot flattens. Pivot on the left heel, left foot to the side as you strike. Grass bird's tail. Sit back your weight, arms go into rollback position. Now pivot on the right heel, right foot to the front right corner. Close the arms and step out into a bow stance. Lift with the left, push down with the right palm, looking to the side. Ward off right. Shift to the right, pull left arm as the right arm circles under. You step out, heel touch, right bow stance. Ward off right. Both arms rotate as you turn the body to the right. Shift the weight to the left. Torso leaning towards the right foot as you complete your rollback. Press. Big circle with the fingertips of the right hand, left hand connects to the forearm center, pressing out. Flatten the palms, bring back in front of the chest, and push out for push. Single whip, sitting back your weight, flatten the palms. Now pull with the left hand as the right foot pivots 135 degrees, both arms to the left side. Now they come back to the right. Make a hook to the corner as the left arm goes into ward off. Step behind you as the left arm comes up to 45 degrees. Left arm rotates as the foot flattens and strike out. Check your final posture. You're looking over your tiger's mouth with the left hand straight to the side. Chest is open, more than corner. Your torso is vertical. You're in a bow stance. And stop. Good. Not hearing any questions. I'd like to watch you practice. There are a few things that I saw that we can work on. So let us start with Fair Lady Works Shuttles. Let's just do the footwork for Fair Lady Works Shuttles. We'll just focus on the footwork. Then there's a couple of things I want to just point out about the arm movements and the palm positions. So let's start off with the footwork. So we're in single whip to the south, to the east, or the 9 o'clock direction. So 1, shift your weight to the right, turn the left toe 135 degrees. So the left toe is now facing the front right corner. Shift back your weight, pick up the right foot, put the right foot down so that it's pointing to the side. Step through into a bow stance. So you're now in a bow stance to the number 1 direction. Let's do that again. So we're in single whip, just the footwork. 1, shift back weight, pivot on the left heel, so left toe goes 135 degrees. It's pointing at the 1 direction. Pick up the right foot, center line 2 sides between the inside of your left foot and the back of your right heel. Right foot is to the side. Step through into a bow stance. You're in the left bow stance to the 1 direction. 2, shift back our weight, pivot the left heel 135 degrees. So the left heel is now pointing behind you. Step out so that your right foot is pointing to the 2 direction. And as you shift your weight forward, pivot on the right heel so that your right foot goes from being behind you to being to the side. Sorry, so your left foot. So your left foot is going through 90 degrees. So that's 2. Okay. 3, sit back your weight, the right toe lifts up. Pick up your right foot, put it down, heel touch. Shift your weight onto the right foot, bring your left foot by your right ankle. Step out into a bow stance, going to the 3 direction, which is the back left, and go into a bow stance. You're now in a left bow stance to the 3 direction. 4, shift weight back. Now your left foot is going to pivot 135 degrees. It's going to be pointing to the front. Step behind you to the 4 direction with the right foot. As you shift your weight forward, pivot on the left heel so that the left foot goes from being to the front to being to the side. So that's the footwork. Are we good with that? And no, we're not. Okay, Steve, is there anyone in particular that you'd like to focus on?
Let me just go through that again.
Of course, yeah. And I'm happy to focus on a particular one if you'd prefer, or I'll just go through the whole lot. I'll just go through the whole lot.
Just run through the whole thing.
Yeah, okay. Judith.
I have a question. Is there any consistency about which arm is striking and which foot is in front as you go through the
Yes.
floor?
Yes, there is. The consistency is, so when we so the way I think about it, we're in a bow stance. You know, when we're doing number 1, we are in a left bow stance. I want you to imagine that you've just done brush, knee, and push. When you're doing a brush, knee, and push, this is the striking hand. It's the opposite one to the front leg. When we do brush, knee, and push, this hand is down here. When we do the strike in Fair Lady Works Shuttles, the strike is here, but the other hand is up. So this is the difference between brush knee and push and Fair Lady Works Shuttles. The only thing that changes is this, the one hand, in the one it's down and the other one it's up, but the striking hand is the opposite one to the leg. Okay?
Does that follow through all four positions?
All four of them. Yep.
Okay.
And so just to belabor the point. So with one, I'm in a left bow stance to the one direction. So I'm striking with my right hand. I go round the wrong direction to two. I'm in a right bow stance. I'm striking with my left hand. To change to three, it's actually just a 90-degree turn. But with three, I'm again in a left bow stance, striking with the right hand. To go to four, I go round the long way. To four, I'm in a right bow stance, striking with the left hand. So another way to think about that is that the odd numbers, you're in a left bow stance. The even numbers, you're in a right bow stance. So 1 and 3 is a left bow stance, striking with the right hand. 2 and 4 is a right bow stance, striking with the left hand. Okay? Right. Good. So let's go through the footwork again. So I'm in single whip. Yeah, probably want to be here. So single whip. 1, shift my weight to the right, pivot on the left heel. The left toe turns through 135 degrees, so there's now pointing in the one direction, which is front right. 2, pick up the right foot, change so that the right foot is now pointing straight to the side. Step past the right heel with your left foot into a bow stance. You're now in your left bow stance in the one direction. 2, we're going to go the long way around. Shift back your weight. The left heel pivots. Left foot turns 135 degrees, so it's now pointing to the back. Shift your weight onto the left foot. Step behind you. And you now got your right foot to the corner. As you shift your weight onto the right bow stance, the back heel, the left heel pivots, so the left foot goes through 90 degrees. So now you're in a right bow stance. It's a 2 corner, so it's a even number, so it's a right bow stance. 3, shift back your weight, lift the left toe, pick up the, start again. Shift back, weight, lift the right toe, pick up the right foot, put it straight down where it was, turn through 45 degrees. So the right toe is now pointing, right foot is pointing to the side. Shift your weight onto the right, left foot comes in next to the right ankle and then steps out again into a bow stance. You're in a left bow stance to the 3 direction. Would be a right hand strike. 4, we're going to go the long way around. Shift back, pivot on the left heel, 135 degrees. Step behind you with the right into a bow stance. And as you shift your weight forward, pivot on the left heel to close the left foot into a bow stance. In a right bow stance, it'll be a left hand strike. How's that, Steve?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to flip around the numbers because I want to do the arm movements. And I want you to be able to see my arms for particularly number 1. So I'm going to be going in this direction. Okay. So we're going to do Fair Lady Works Shuttles. I'm going to focus on the arm movements and we'll just do the body movements at the same time. So I'm in single whip. I need to be back a bit. Okay. 1, as I shift my weight to the right and pivot on the left heel, my left arm comes around and gathers. When I finish this one movement, both arms are pointing to the right side. 2, shift my weight onto the left, pick up the right foot, do the change in the right foot and open my arms. This is 2. 3, shuttle the left under the right. 4, step out, separating the arms, heel touch. Your right arm is in this cradle, your left arm is warding off. And 5, strike. Let's do that again. This is the hardest one. I mean, for some reason, the young family always start with the hardest stuff. Like, ward off left at the beginning of the form. Don't ask me what. Anyway, the first one is often the hardest. So we're in single whip. 1, shift your weight to the right. Gather with the left arm. When left toe is to the corner, the left arm is rounded, but both arms are pointing to the side. 2, shift your weight back. Pick up the right toe and change it, but you open your arms. So you've gone from here to here. So your arms have opened. 3, shift your weight forward. Shuttle the left arm horizontally under the right. 4, step out, heel touch. When the left arm is out, the right arm is cradled. 5, shift your weight forward and strike. Let's keep going. So number 2, press down with both palms. This is something some of us need to look at. Check that your palms are in this shape relative to each other. They're not like this. The right fingertips are pointing at the left forearm center. And this line is sort of across my diagonal. Imagine somebody striking to your center and you're pushing down. So I'm starting again with 1. Sorry about that diversion. Okay. So 1, press down with both arms. 2, as you shift back your weight, pull with the right arm. Your left foot turns 135 degrees. Your both arms are pointing to the back. Now, rotate both arms horizontally, rotate horizontally, shuttle, stepping out. When you step out with the heel, your arms are crossed. 4, that was 4, 5, strike. Let's do that again. End of Fair Lady number 1, going to number 2. 1, push down, both arms. 2, pull. 3, shuttle the right under the left as you step out, heel touch, arms crossed. 4, flatten the foot, ward off with the right arm. 5, strike as the back foot closes. You're in a right bow stance, striking with the left hand. Let's keep going. Number 3. 1, press down with both arms. Your right toe will lift. Pick up the right foot, turn it through 45 degrees so it's now to the side. Arms don't change. 3, as your arms open, both palms up, arms open, and bring in the left foot to hang out with the right angle, the arms cross. Step out, heel touch, ward off and cradle. 5, strike. Number 4, press down, pull. Number 3, step back, arms crossed, heel touch. 4, ward off, foot flattens. 5, close the back foot, strike with the left hand. How's that? Okay, I'm seeing some thumbs up. Let me just flag a couple of things that I noticed. One, when I was watching you, one of them is when we do these movements, the arms, we call this passing palm. And so I want you to think about these movements all being in a plane. So for example, let's just do one. I think that'll work. So here, I'm going to go straight across. I'm not going to go down and up. It's straight across into this position. Press, push down, pull. So now here, I'm going to shuttle my right arm under my left just in the horizontal plane. It's not going to scoop down and come up. In a horizontal plane, then it opens and strikes. The next thing I'd like to do is review the transition from Fair Lady Works Shuttle into Grassbird's Tail. which is surprisingly tricky. So we've done Fair Lady number 4. So we are in a right bow stance to the back right corner, which would be the northwest, or somewhere between 3 o'clock or what, 4:30 in Nancy's money. Okay, so we're in right bow stance, left arm strikes, right arm over the head. So let's just do the footwork. 1, shift back your weight. 2, pivot the right toe to the corner. 3, step out with a left toe into a bow stance. 4, shift forward. So the footwork is essentially going to close the right foot through 90 degrees, shift your weight back so you can pick up your left foot and then just step it out so that it's a bow stance width, straight to the front and shift forward. Now let's add the arms. So we're in Fair Lady Works Shuttle number 4, so right bow stance to the corner, striking with the left hand, right hand up. So 1, as I shift back my weight, both arms rotate and I go into this rollback position. So this is something I just want to underline. So this is what this movement looks like. So you're starting here, and with body turning, you're rotating. So I'd like you to just do this a few times so that you're starting here and feel your waist turning as you push down. Feel as if you're connecting somebody's arm with the inside of your right arm and you're holding on to their left arm. So it's this. So from this direction, it would look like this. So I'm here, I'm going to press down. So from here, press down. And this shape we call rollback shape, and we have it throughout the form. And so make sure that your left hand is sort of diagonally up with your left fingertips pointing to the right forearm center. So it's this sort of shape. Yes, nice. Okay, let's put that all together. Let's finish that one. So, 1, shift weight back, rotate the arms. You haven't done anything with you haven't moved your feet yet, you've moved your weight. 2, with the arms in the same position, pivot on the right heel, right toe to the corner. 3, close the arms as you step out with the left foot into a bow. 4, lift with the left arm, press down with the right. Again. Fair Lady Works Shuttles number 4, right bow stance, striking with the left, right arm over the head. 1, with body turning, shifting your weight back, rotate the arms into rollback position. 2, arms now don't change, but your right foot pivots through 90 degrees. 3, sit back your weight as the arms close and you step out. 4, lift with the left, push down with the right. How's that? Okay. Now, one of the things that you'll find with the third section is knowing what comes next. So we'll do the next part. So for me, and next week I'll show you how I think. I'll show you a slide. But in general, the question with the third section always is, I'm in single whip. Now what? Right? Okay. So the first single whip, if we just go back and let's just get rid of some of all these distractions. In the beginning, we were in diagonal single whip. And then from diagonal single whip, we went into parting wild horses main. Then we had a single whip. And from that single whip, we went into Fair Lady Works Shuttles. And that's the sequence we've just done. You're going to end up in a single whip. From there, you go into cloud hands and then the new movement. And the new movement is snake creeps down. So for just to lay it all out, so that's the beginning of the second chunk. The third chunk begins with single whip. Again, you do cloud hands. Then you go into high pat on horse. The fourth chunk, again, you start with single whip. You don't do cloud hands, but you do snake creeps down. And if you're not confused, then you're not paying attention, as the old joke goes. So let us just go to where we are going to learn this new movement. So we have done. I will go in the same direction as you, assuming we've started in that direction. We have done. Yeah, so we got to single whip after we did Fair Lady Works Shuttles and we did the transition to Grassbird's Tail. So from here we do cloud hands. 1, 2, 3, single whip. And here we do the new movement. I'll demonstrate the new movement. We all know the new movement is snake creeps down. So yield forward slightly, open the back heel, pull back, sink down, go forward. And this is where the movement ends. And this is called snake creeps down. That's the English translation. The Chinese xia shi is just low form. This is a new stance. Mangling the Chinese, Master Yang calls it pu bu. Pu bu. And the pu, he translates as diving down, swooping like an eagle. So that's what this movement actually represents. And so we can't do it the way he does it, but I want you to think about that swooping down as you do this movement. So let's practice just the footwork for this movement. So we're starting in a bow stance. We've done cloud hands and single whip. So 1, shift forward weight, open your right toe to 135 degrees. 2, shift your weight back. 3, sink down. 4, you'll come forward with your body. Now, most of us can't go as low as Master Yang can, so just think about it. The key thing is to maintain your posture rather than to try and go as low as is possible, because you'll probably hurt yourself. So footwork again. We're in a left bow stance. 1, open the right toe to the back. This is this new stance. This is Pu stance. 2, shift your weight back. 3, sink down. 4, go forward. Now, again, we'll do that, and I want to point out a few things. So 1, to help, the back foot only has 40% weight. So we don't need to do a lot to free it up to go back, but it helps to just yield forward slightly. So you're in a single whip. So just yield forward slightly, move your center of gravity, open the back foot. That's 1. 2, just move everything straight back. 3, sink down as low as you can, keeping your left leg straight. Check that your right knee is in line with your right toe. Then sink down. And I want you to focus on a waist movement to the side in the direction of your supporting leg. The reason for that is we're all tempted, in order to get as low as possible, to go in the wrong direction. So I'll do it in this direction. 1, open the back foot. 2, shift back. 3, go down. And we want to go low, and so we go this direction. Trouble is, I have no feet here. I've only got 2 feet. I've got no support here. So I'm in a very weak position. You always want to fold your torso in the direction of the supporting foot. So when you fold your torso, go this way. Do not go that way. So you're going this way. Now let's talk about the arm movements. So we're in single whip. So 1, open the back toe. Arms don't change. 2, shift back. The left arm comes in front of the shoulder as you go back. 2, as you sink down, it goes down to your hip. 3, it goes forward down by the side of your leg. So your left arm, so now we'll just focus on the left arm. Don't worry about your movement unless you want to. The left arm is going to make a C shape. So 1, foot moves, nothing changes. 2, pull the left arm in. 3, it comes down. 4, it goes diagonally down. So again, one foot moves. 2, arm comes in. 3, it comes down to your hip. 4, it goes diagonally down your leg. So of course, I have to say this, we do these freeze frames in order to make sure that we get the coordination of upper and lower correct. That's one of the essential principles. But of course, ultimately, or whenever we can, practice smoothly without interruption. So we don't stop in between. And this is not like right angles. It's round, but try and get all parts of it. Let's do those movements together. So we're in single whip. 1, yield forward, open the back toe. 2, as you shift your weight back, left arm comes in. 3, sink down, left hand sinks to the left hip. 4, straightens out. Let's go back into a bow stance. We're in single whip. 1, open the back foot. 2, shift your weight back, pull the left hand to the front of the shoulder. 3, sink down, left hand to the hip. 4, pointing down. Again, bow stance, single whip. 1, open the back foot. 2, as you shift back your weight, pull with the left arm. 3, sink down, left hand sinks. 3, torso goes forward, hand goes forward. So a couple of things that I just want to underline, draw your attention to. As I said earlier, your posture and having correct posture is infinitely more important than going low, because if you go low in bad posture, not only is that doesn't observe the essential principles, but you'll probably hurt yourself. One way that we tend to run a risk when we open this back knee, we shift back. When we go down, in order to help us go down, we tilt this back knee in. So when you go down, make sure that you're moving your knee in the plane that is formed by your foot and your knee. So you're moving back in this plane. Maybe slightly easier if we look at it. Actually, I'm going to go off in this direction. It's going to change through 90 degrees. So I'm going to start in the bow stance in this direction. Okay, so I'm going to open my back foot through 45 degrees. As you move back, move your knee back in this line. Don't bring your knee in like this. So move your knee here. I hesitate to do this because I don't want to risk my knee. But so be careful you don't do that. The next thing to pay attention to is open the back foot, go back, don't stop in the middle. Even if you're tempted, because you'll feel it's easier to go down when you stop halfway. That's not the stance. The stance is go back as far as you can before you go down. I can only go down a couple of millimeters. Some of you may be able to go down a lot more. But go back all the way before you go down. Third thing, try and keep your front leg Tai Chi straight. One of the temptations of stopping here is you can see this front leg is bent. I want to go back so that this front leg stays Tai Chi straight, not locked, but straight. So let's do that a few more times. Then we'll talk about the arm movements, and actually we'll look at the applications too. So we're in single whip. 1, yield forward slightly, open the back heel. 2, shift back, left hand comes in. 3, sink down, left hand sinks down. 4, tilt, fold towards the left leg, arm goes down the left leg. And again. 1, open the back foot. 2, shift back, left hand comes back. Shift down, hand goes down. Go forward, hand goes forward. Again, we're in a single whip. 1, open the back toe. 2, shifting back weight, pull back with the left hand. 3, sink down, left hand goes down. 4, fold towards your front leg, hand goes down your front leg. The next thing I want to mention is a few more things about the arm movements. The right arm, your hook arm, doesn't change. So what, and it's very easy to lose track of this arm because you're thinking about what this arm is doing. But the idea is that this arm, through this whole movement, is staying at the same relative position. So you'll go down, but you've still got this hook arm. It's very easy for us when we do this to drop this arm. So don't drop your right arm, keep it up. The next thing is with the left arm. So I want you to think when the left arm is coming in, it's pulling in to the chest, to in front of the chest, and then it's going down. So it's not to the side or this side, it's pulling straight back. Then it goes down. So let me go and get Susan and let's look at the application. Okay, so let's do it this way. So in fact, I'll show the application here and I'll show you what we're going to do next week as well. So imagine that your opponent grabs your wrist. You're going to step back and pull them in. You're going to catch their hand as you sink down. They sink down. So what's happening is they grab, I'm pulling back, and I'm going to catch them here. So I go from Susan holding my wrist to me holding Susan's wrist, and I pull her down. From there, you can do a couple of things. And we do one of them after the first snake creeps down, and the other one after the second snake creeps down. So Susan comes here, I come in, I pull down, I can step and knee her in the chest. That's what we're going to do next week. So Susan grabs, I yield, come down, and knee. Another thing you can do is if Susan grabs, I pull down, actually let's say I've got this hook here, I can step up and strike to her face. So this actually is step up 7 stars, pull back, come down, and strike to the face. So those are 2 things you can do. And you remember I was saying the poo stance, the diving down stance. The idea is that you're pulling them down and then you come back up again. Knee up or striking up. Again, it's yin and yang. Go down, go up. Are there any questions about that? Okay. Okay. So that should be pretty straightforward, but let me just see, how do people feel about that? Good. So let us, got a thumbs up, good. So let us practice from the single whip into Fair Lady Works Shuttles, grass bird's tail ward off left, cloud hands, and then finish with this movement. That will, and this movement is the beginning, the cloud hands, and this movement is the beginning of the second chunk of the third section. So we are in single whip, going into Fair Lady Works Shuttles. 1, shift back weight, pivot on the left heel, both arms to the side. Shift back, pick up the right foot, put it down to the side, open the arms. 3, shuttle the left under the right, step out, heel touch as you ward off, and knee bend, strike. 2, press down with both palms across the diagonal. Pull across, left toe turn through 135 degrees. Horizontal shuttle, both palms up, right under the left arm, step out, heel touch, arms crossed, foot flattens, ward off out, strike with the left heel turning in. 3, press down, right knee, right toe lifts, change footwork on the right foot to the side, As you come in, arms open and shuttle. Step out, heel touch, ward off out, knee bends, strike. Number 4, press down with the weight shifting back. Pull with the right as your left toe pivots 135 degrees. Arms horizontal, rotate, horizontal shuttle. Step out with the right foot behind you. Foot flattens, open and strike. Transition to grass bird's tail. Shift weight back, rotate both arms. You're in roll back position. 2, turn the right toe to the corner. 3, close the arms, step out into a bow for ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Transition. Single whip. I'm going to turn around for the cloud hands. Up. Cloud hands. 1, 2, 3. Single whip. Snake creeps down, yield forward, open the back toe. Shifting your weight back, left hand comes in. Sinking down, left hand down to the hips. Folding forward, left hand down the legs. And stop. This is the end of this movement. 同学们，再见。
That's yours, like Jen.